Get off the sidelines and take control of your financial future at www.tackletrading.com. Get in the game.
Matt Justice here for Tackle Trade to bring you a video on Forex trading and specifically a trade I like to call the go-to-bed trade. The go-to-bed trade is something that I've talked about in Forex before in the Forex 101 series from last year. It's a trade that is a very simple trade to kind of make. You don't make it every day. You don't make it every night. You only make it when it's kind of setting up, but it's a very safe trade. And as such, we're going to look at kind of the general makeup of the trade really quick. The general makeup and the theory of the trade is based on a bank open. It's based on the European Open, the Japanese Open, the Australian Open, the United States Open. Whenever a bank opens up throughout the rest of the world, you basically have transactions in international trade going on, and you have four basic banks out there. You have the United States banks out of New York, opens up at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have the Sydney, Australia banks that open up at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have the Bank of Japan that opens up 7 or 8 Eastern Standard Time, just given what time of day, what calendar, if they're doing daylight savings or not. And then you have the European Open through the Euro out of Frankfurt at 2 a.m. in the morning, and then you have the major bank that opens up is the one out of London, England at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, when a bank opens up, you typically see a lot of movement in that currency pair that can impact it throughout the rest of the day. You know, there's an old saying in trading goes, things in motion have a tendency to stay in motion, and that's exactly what we're kind of looking at here. Is we're looking just to take advantage of one of the banks that are opening up, and the one that we're going to look at right now is we're going to look at the Japanese yen here. Now, I obviously do not want to look at the daily chart because the daily chart is something that we use in the Forex report, something we use for swing trading. I'm going to drop this back down into a 15-minute chart, and as you can see here, we got a nice little bullish uptrend on the dollar versus the yen. On the intraday chart, you can see kind of how it's just hovering right there at that old level of resistance. That old level of resistance right around 117.30, but we like the retracement that's had on the 15-minute chart. It's been trending down a little bit since the initial open, but let's look at the Japanese yen pair against a couple other of the major currencies out there. The New Zealand dollar, ever since it opened up here, really isn't doing anything. It's just kind of hanging out, so we're not going to do anything there. The Australian dollar, since the open, it's been actually trending on the downside here. This is the actual open of the Aussie dollar right here. As you can see, it is going up. It then kind of trails back down into resistance. And so when I'm looking at this, I'm saying, okay, I got the Aussie-Japanese pair. I have a good little intraday bullish uptrend. The Australian dollar, since the Australian open right here, has been trending up. It's retraced back down since the Japanese open. This is a potential trade that could be on the buy side in terms of making that trade right there. So I kind of like the Australian dollar Japanese yen from there. Here's another one on the Euro Japanese yen pair. Since the Japanese yen opened, it kind of traded to the downside. You're now kind of finding your little support level here on the Euro, looking at a potential long trade there. Now, if I'm looking at both of these two opens here, I'm looking at the Euro Japanese and I'm looking at the Australian Japanese. I'm probably going to choose the Australian versus Japanese, and the reason being is both those two banks are already open up, and so I'm not going to have to deal with any kind of bank open. I just have some pure technical analysis here. Both the banks are opening up, and that's something that I'm looking at as a positive because if I do the Euro Japanese yen pair, the European Open isn't for another 3 hours, and so because of that, I kind of want to shy away from that. So I'm going to look at making this pair right here, and there's a couple ways you can make this bank open go to number one, you can wait till it goes back above the previous area of the previous high of the day. You can certainly do that. I'm going to drop it down into a 5-minute chart just to kind of confirm. You are seeing a little bit of a reversal pattern on the 5-minute chart. However, I'm kind of focusing here on the intraday chart. You can put an order in above this resistance. It'll only get filled if it actually breaks out of that level of resistance. I'm going to put my order to get filled right above 83. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to right click and I'm going to go instead of buy, we're going to go click that. And you see that little order there. We're going to put one. We're going to do one standard lot here. So you could just buy that. You could sell that. There's a lot of different ways that you can actually place the order here. I'm going to right click and we're going to go trading. And we're going to put a buy stop right above 83 points there. And we got to do that again. So we're going to right click, buy stop. And as you can see, we got that order right, and we can trail that wherever we want. So I want to get filled only if it breaks back up above 83 dollars on the cent. I'm going to modify that. I'm going to put a stop loss order right below where I identify support at 82. We're going to go 82.85, 82.85. We're going to modify to put that stop loss in place. So I only get filled on this go to bed trade if it breaks back up above that $83, and then we have our stop loss that is already triggered in to take care of us at that point as well. Once I get a confirmation, it's about 9 o'clock my time. Once I do get confirmation, and if it does go back above this level of resistance, at that point I'm going to trail the stop loss right there to a break even, but only if it does that. So what's the worst that could happen here? The absolute worst that could happen here is we lose about 17 pips. That's the worst that could happen here. And if we get some momentum to the top side, you know, you may get a 40, 50, 60 pip run to the top side based on some of this intraday movement to that is retracing right now. So I wanted to do a quick go to bed trade, show a Forex example for all of you guys who are new to the market. I want to say a big shout out to my new students from LA. We had a great time there in LA, and promised them a video for those purposes. So this video is for them. Welcome to the family. Welcome to Legacy. Welcome to Tackle. Also, as I just got done watching the Super Bowl, I'd be remiss if I didn't say congrats to the Denver Broncos. It wasn't that great of a game, but it was awesome watching Peyton Manning ride off into the sunset. That sheriff got his shiny new toy. So congrats to the Denver Broncos, and congrats to my new students in LA. If you like the video, guys, make sure you like it on YouTube. Make a comment in the comment section, and if it helps you, that's why we're here. Matt Justice, this is Tackle Trading.
Get off the sidelines and take control of your financial future at www.tackletrading.com. Get in the game.